TaylorMade Golf have had a phenomenal year and they are not stopping there. They've just launched the brand new P760. I think they've played an absolute blinder with this one. Let's go and put it through its paces. Okay, so we're going to hit a few shots with the brand new P760, however, it's fitting in line with the new 700 series irons that TaylorMade brought out this year. So we've got the P730 blade, which is actually clubs that I'm playing currently. I'm going to hit a couple of shots with the 7 iron from that. This is quite a weak club, absolutely no tech going on, it's just a nice pure blade club. We know the popular 790, that has been an amazing club performance this year. Filled with speed foam, hollow, forged as well, long distance, looks good, feels good. So why have they brought the 760 out? Well, quite a few of our better players have said, well, okay, these are good in the long irons, but we want the blades in the short irons. So I've actually made a little combo set on my own where I've got P790 in my long and P730 in my short. Well, the P760, apparently the set makeup here is speed foam 7 iron down to 4 iron, for example, and then in your wedges, your 8 iron upwards, no speed foam. Again, progressive with the looks, the slightly offset in the long irons, less offset in the forward irons. It's a combo set, effectively. It's blending 730 and 790 together to create one very, very good looking pure set of golf clubs. So the 7 iron does have the speed foam in it. One thing we've found speed foam has done with TaylorMade is give forgiveness, power, great sound and a lot of feel. So let's hit the 7 iron from my original 730s first, get a few little numbers and see how that performs. The 790 we know is a lot stronger than this. I'm just wondering if the 760 might have a little bit more of the 790 distance, but with the feel and looks as a 730 head. I think that's what they're trying to do. 730, a couple of shots with GC2 HMT. It's a nice strike. One thing we find with the blade, not very forgiving, feels good though, and in the longer irons I'm very reluctant to use them. I love the look and feel for the shorter clubs though. A nice hit again. There you go. Okay, so 3 hits with the 730, a pure blade. You'll notice Rory using these, Rose using these. This is a proto blade originally turned into an actual inline club. And for me, one of the nicest looking golf clubs on the market, that's the P730. Let's get a couple of shots now with the P790. So P790, straight away looking down at it, it's chunky, it's thick, it's confidence building and giving. And in the long irons, yeah, by all means for me it works. However, if I was wanting to play a nice little held off pitch or a controlled 8 iron, I don't know, it feels like it might jump off the club too much. And straight away, a different sound, a different feel. We know we've got the speed foam in here, a bit more, it's like tinier feel off the club face, and that's just gone a lot further than that 730. These are all 7 irons. So that was a little bit off the bottom of the club. If I'd have done that with a blade, that would have been pretty poor shot. That's still gone quite nicely. That felt good. Okay, so 3 shots done with the P790. We know it's a strong club. We know it looks a bit chunky. So the blend club, the 760, let's see how it stacks up against these two. Okay, first impressions, when I look down at it, it's not quite as good looking as the 730, however, it doesn't give me that big chunky look and feel that the 790 does. I'm going to check the loft in a minute because it is interesting to see what loft this 7 irons come out at. Wow, that felt great, very solid sounding, great looking, great feel. This is a blind, this is a cracking looking club. Yeah, it does look good. The styling on the back reminds me of the TaylorMade RAC irons of a few years ago, but we're using more new technology. Forged head, hollow in the lower irons with the speed foam, which we know is giving a nice sound, a nice feel, and also a bit of extra distance. Yeah, that feels great. It's a nicer strike. I like that. Yeah, look, hold that follow through. That is beautiful. Feel feels good, looks good, but how does it perform against the other two? Let's have a closer look at the numbers and just see. I'm expecting to see this yardage with this 7 iron fit in between the other two. So I've probably got like a 7 iron here, the 7 iron from the P790 is a 6 iron, and the 7 iron from the P730 is an 8 iron. Okay, so I did say I'd just check the lofts of these. First of all, 790, this is a 7 iron. Let's just check the loft of this 7 iron. Okay, that is 29 degrees on the club I've got here. 730 7 iron. That is 33 degrees, so 29 degrees, 33 degrees. It's a full club weaker, that 730 iron. And the 760, so we've got 33 degrees in the P730, 29. Let's have a little plump at this. What do you reckon, 31? Wow, that is 32 degrees. 32 degrees of loft, 29 in the 790. And 33 in the 730, so it's closer lofted to the 730 again, which gives you that, maybe that little slightly more high ball flight, maybe a bit more spin as well. That's interesting. So 32 degrees lofted on this custom fit club I've got in front of me versus 29 in the 790 and 32 in the 730. 33 in the 730. Okay, so we'll do a little compare now, have a closer look at these numbers and see what exactly it means to our ball flights, launch angles, spin rates, that kind of thing. Okay, first of all, red line is the 730. Notice it launches a bit lower, ball speed's a lot softer, 108 ball speed off that club. The technology in the 760 and 790 has given me at least 7 more mile an hour ball speed because of that speed foam and that hollow head. Okay, remember that. That is a big important factor. Launch angle, 760's launched a little bit higher, so it's the highest launch. There's a bit more weight in the bottom than the blade, obviously. Spin rate, it pitches in between the two. So the blade gives me most spin, 5.4. The 790 gives me the least spin, 4.7. And the 760's gone right in the middle. TaylorMade have pitched this bang on the button, in my opinion, here. Okay, carry distance, that's the big one. 13 yards further than the 730, yet with a very similar launch and spin. And not as far as the 790, another 6 yards behind the 790. Well, I expected that. That is a powerful club, but this is getting there. And total distance, okay, 174 versus 161 and 180. Now, the big picture here, the blue line, which is the 790, goes a bit higher, carries a bit further. Well, we know it's a lower spinning club. It's got weight geared to the bottom to give you that higher ball flight and low spin, but less easy to control. The 730 looks like it's got more spin, shorter carry, and giving away too many yards. So the 760 does exactly what it says on the can. The 760 is giving me great ball speed due to that foam filled head, but also it's a little bit weaker lofted than the 790, closer loft to the 730, so it's giving me a nice ball flight. The spin is still a little bit low for a 7 5,000, but at the same time it's not as low as a 790, so it's going to give me a little bit more control, and that carry distance is up there. So it's a powerful, good-looking player's 7 iron. Okay, so what does all this mean? Okay, you've got a blade, the 730, you're purist, you like to hit a bladed club. Not many around nowadays, but it's something that you're going to get more spin, you're going to lose a bit of distance, but you might have enough club head speed, so you might be quite happy hitting a blade. And just remember though, cold days, it's a bit chilly out there. If you get it a bit thin, it's not quite as forgiving, you're going to lose out on your bad shot. The 790, you might have purchased these this year. Lots of people have, and it's a great club still. The only question I had with them is, in the shorter clubs, they seem to jump off a bit too hard, bit too fast, not enough spin. So, you know what? TaylorMade have gone, right, let's get this right. Let's get it in between the two. This is for someone who wants power, wants distance, doesn't really care that much about looks, even though it is a nice looking club, but certainly wants to make the game as easy as possible. The blade is someone who's a masochist, he wants to make the game as hard as possible. So what do? We go, okay, for the guy that wants a good looking club, nice control, nice feel, few extra yards as well, which we saw that the ball speed with the 760s was nice, and really a controllability, is that a word, with his shorter clubs, forgiveness with his longer clubs. This is a perfect combo set of golf clubs. Well done, TaylorMade. I'm going to be getting straight up the phone to my rep and getting a set of these ordered for myself, because I think that is an absolute winner. One thing I haven't really looked at, when you look down at these clubs, you can see exactly the forgiveness aspect. You can see on the 730, a thinner top edge, the 760, a slightly thicker top edge, and then the 790, a thicker top edge. So again, basically, it's all about forgiveness in my eyes. That's when you look down at that club, does it fill you with confidence? 730 doesn't, 790 does, 760 is kind of in between the two. If you do enjoy the videos, give us a little thumbs up, hit the notifications bell to make sure you don't miss out on anything in the future, but also make sure you subscribe. We're nearly to the 2,000 subscribe mark, and there will be a giveaway at that 2,000 number. So thanks again for watching. See you all very soon. Hope you enjoyed that review.